Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Jess if you don't know me. If you do know me, or welcome back. And welcome to my February reading wrap up. Whew. It was a pretty good month if you ask me, seeing as I read quite a few books on my Kindle as well. I read a total of 14 books this month. February sucks for the fact that it is such a short month, but we are going to go through all of the books that I read, my reviews. There will be spoilers, but let's get okay. We just had a small intermission for me to charge my camera, have some dinner, and go up and check on Nan. Hair has gone up because it's hot. Anyways, let's get started. First book of the month was The Final Chapter by January Gilchrist. I gave this one a 4.5 out of 5. I thought that the writing was good, and I liked the writing, and the fact that it had multiple POVs, I thought that was useful, but it did slow it down a bit. Laurie fully deserved to die, but those poor girls. Also, the fact that June wasn't found actually, irks me. I hate when a book ends on, and this person got away with it. I hate it. It's like those Criminal Mind episodes, and I hate it. I hate it. What do you mean? She didn't get justice served to her? I hate that. My scene worth recording was A Proud Single Mother. Desley supports empowering women in Australia. The final chapter is her first true crime book. And I had to put a note with it and be like, get it, queen, get the fuck out of that abusive relationship. And then my little review was, Laurie deserved it. A worse character couldn't have died. It literally couldn't have been anyone worse. Next book was All In, which is the third book in the Natural series. I love the Natural series. There is nothing that will ever compete with the Natural series. It was just so freaking good. Oh my god. 5 stars. This whole series, incredible. Incredible. I said the fact that this one tied all of their traumas, it was starting to bring it all together. The first 2 books were this person's trauma and this person's trauma and this person's history, and then this one was starting to tie them all together, and you're like, ooh. And also, Sloane's story was so sad. The way her dad acted was so uncalled for as well. What the fuck? The connections between this killer, Cassie's mum, and Judd's daughter, being murdered, had my brain working overtime. This was so good. I just can't. It was so good. Also, my scene worth recording. The Pythia chooses to live. Nightshade had told me, knowing quite well that my mother was the one who'd made that choice. And then I said, her mum is a killer and alive. And it's just oh, fuck. And then I was the next book, I literally need to pick up the next book straight away. Which, to nobody's surprise, I picked up the next book straight away. I literally couldn't stop. I was on a roll. Bad Blood, the 4th book in the series. Again, 5 stars. Oh my goodness, just so good. The FBI director came out of nowhere. What do you mean? He killed his daughter's best friend. He was head of this mass murdering cult. Oh my god. The guy from college and the waitress as well. It was just people from all of these different characters, and you're fuck. It everyone's going down. Also, the mum killing herself pissed me off. It was not necessary. She did not have to do that. What do you mean? She did that. They didn't have to do that. They knew help was coming. Why did they not just pretend to fight it out for a bit? Why did she immediately kill herself? They literally arrived 2 minutes later. This series will live with me forever and ever and ever, and it's just I'm unwell, and I already want to reread. I immediately want to reread this. Dean and Cassie, so cute. It's just all so good. My scene worth recording was her grip on my hand tightened, her body blocking the motion from the masters. She jerked me forward, my hand on the knife, her hand on mine. I felt the blade slide into her chest. She gasped. It did not have to go down that way, and I will preach this till the day I die. She did not have to kill herself. Anyways. It's fine. I'm fine. No, I'm not. Next book I read was on my Kindle. It was the novella for the Natural series, so it's called 12. I'll put a picture up. All of the Kindle books will just be a picture on the screen. It's 4.5, so it's after. Again, 5 stars, incredible. Like, genuinely, this could do no wrong, this series. It was such a good way to wrap up the series as well. Just hands down so good. The character development, like Celine being Special Agent, Dina Michael and Sloane in the academy, Briggs as director, like it just all like panned out so well. And Married to Veronica, they got back together, they got remarried. T. And she's having twins. T. Also, Dean helping Cassie get some help. Claps for fucking Dean. He said therapy's not that bad. Come on girl, we all gotta do it. Also, the person calling in the FBI being a victim that they saved, risking her life to get someone to listen because she was a natural as well. Like, wild. Just so good. My scene worth recording was, this is Leah at age 12. This is Leah's story because we never fully got Leah's backstory. And she goes, I don't have visions. Truth gets more potent the longer you keep them from your tongue. There is years of power in this one. I never have. He doesn't have them either. He's a liar. I'm a better one. And I will literally rip his eyes out of his sockets the next time he comes to my bed. Wow. Wow, just wow. Also, like, what do you mean the series is over? Like, what do you mean there's not more to this series? Like, why is there not, like, I don't even know what they're called when they, like, why can it not be, like, the next generations? Why did they not keep it going? I need more. I'm crashing out. The next book I read was Buried. Such a letdown, going from such a high to such a low. This book was just not great. I was just so confused all the time. It was switching POVs, it was switching locations, and it just wasn't stating anything. There were so many characters being introduced. Why were there so many characters? I got to like 75% of the way through being like, what the fuck is going on? Who is that? Who are we talking about? What are we doing? Where are we? Like, the entire time I was so confused. And I was like, oh, okay, like, I'll push through. The ending was very interesting with him getting a share of the money and like him taking it and like just like being like, okay. His storyline about his dad, I didn't care. I don't care. I gave it a 3 stars. This is a quote from the end, is not stealing your prick a gift, using his uninjured arm, Jack unzipped the bag, inside were 100 bundles of £50 notes, the bag contained £250,000. Jack's mobile rang. And then he just like was like, oh okay, yeah, I'll take it. A W. And I was like, no, it just wasn't for me. I was like, okay, it's just the first book in the series. Push through, you know? We'll get to that. The next book was The Cryptic Clue. This is the second book in the Tea Ladies series. I do love the Tea Ladies series. The first one was really good. I also gave this 3 stars. I was really not on a good roll here. I went from such a high, from reading 3 books from the Natural series to 2 3-star reads. And so you know how some people are like, oh, when I give a book 5 stars, like, you know that's a good book. When I give a book 3 stars, you know it's not a good book. Like, a 3-star read is not a great review from me, if I'm honest. But I'm too scared to give them anything lower. I feel bad. I have a guilty conscience about it. Anyways, this one was just so much slower than the first book, and I felt as though like the focus was more on like the tea ladies losing their jobs to these coffee machines than the actual crimes happening. And I didn't care about the politics as much. Like, I cared about the crimes and I wanted the action, and it was literally just like the last like 40 pages where something interesting was happening, but the rest of the book was just kind of like, it was not necessary. The quote that I recorded though was, why would you take the risk knowing it was illegal and could get you deported? Oscar shrugged philosophically. I'm making, I believe the term is, brownie points. I don't understand, says Whitlock, in the hopes that Miss Bates will agree to marry me. Oscar explains. That was just wild. That came out of left field. I was like, oh, period. No worries. And then I had to read my mandatory at least one romance book of the month, which was The Summer of Broken Rules. I loved it. If I'm honest, I'm a little too sad at the moment. Not sad, but I'm just like not mentally in a happy-go-lucky place to be reading books about other people being happy and in love when I'm not happy or in love, if that makes sense. Like, it just kind of felt like they were rubbing it in my face that they were having a good time and I wasn't. But from an outside perspective, I'm like, this is an incredibly good book. It is very, very good. It's such an easy read. It's so fun. It was so light, but also had like depth to it, if that makes sense. It had great storytelling. It had a great storyline as well. Like, there was actual plot to it. It was very good. I gave it 5 stars. It was really good, if I'm honest. And I know that like if I was in the right headspace, I would have eaten this up. And there were definitely moments where I was like giggling and kicking my feet. Like, it caught me off guard how good it was. And like, this is the kind of love and relationship that I want, because it's just like easy and fun, and isn't that what everyone wants? And the quote that I recorded was, "A lump formed in my throat. Will you back me though, whatever I decide?" Wink came over to the kitchen table and put his hands on my shoulder. "I'm your biggest fan," he said. "I have always been your biggest fan, and I will stand by you no matter what." This touched my soul. This was so sad. It was literally her grandpa saying that. And it's literally just like, because that is what my nan is like to me as well. Like, my nan is always like, "I'll back everything that you do." Like, she's my biggest supporter, and she's always been my biggest supporter, and so is my mum, obviously. But it was just, I was like, oh my god. Anyways, moving on. The next book I read was also on my Kindle, and it was the Charity Shop Detective Agency, the first book in that series. I gave it 5 stars. Again, I stand by my statement that I love when old people investigate murder. Also, the way that she was telling him that everywhere he was going to kill him at the end, like the killer caught up with her, and he was like explaining how he was gonna kill her, and every time she was like, "Actually, I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know, that wouldn't make sense. That's a bad idea, actually. Maybe you should try and think of another way." Like, just iconic. I also would have put money on it being Gail being the killer, and she ended up being a hero. So iconic, I guess. It was really good though, super fun. My scene worth recording was, she had known she was depressed but wouldn't dare admit it or seek help, so she ignored it and started calling this feeling it. Her depression was only matched by her confusion. Why the hell was she feeling like this? Her life was perfect, wasn't it? And that sums it up. That summed it up so freaking well. I was just like, wow, I am her, she is me. She is the old version of me. Then I read the second book in the series, which is called The Beach Hut Murders. I gave this a 4 stars. It was just as good as the last one. I just hated the ending. Oh my god, it happened again. The ending again was like, she didn't get caught. And then like, her parents got caught, and her parents took the blame. And then at the end she was like, "I'm gonna kill them bitches." And you're like, oh no, 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 no. And it's just like those Criminal Minds episodes. The one I think of the most with this kind of thing is where it's like the gypsies, and she speaks to her son after, right as she's getting taken away, and she's like, "Don't tell them about your brother." Like, her brother's out there killing people as well, and you're like, and it just like never gets resolved, and I just hate it. I hate that eerie feeling. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. Again, another depression quote from this, because the narrator is a little on the depressed side, and these little crimes that she tries to fight, not fight crimes, but like investigate, gives her purpose in life, and I just love it. And it's the thing about depression is that it loves a vacuum, thrives in it, rushing in when her work has vacated the space it took up residence and has stayed ever since. Wow, beautiful, so beautiful. Next one is going to be The Deadly Dispute, which is the 3rd book in the Tea Lady series. This is the last one out. There is another one coming out this year though, so I'm excited to read that one as well. I gave this one a 4 stars. It was so much better than the second one. Literally everything that I asked for in the second one was in the 3rd one. Like, it was like they heard my demands. They were like, "Oh, actually, we didn't cook with that last one. We need to add more action, take less politics out." It was just chef's kiss. This one, like, it literally had the action, it had multiple murders, it had a suspenseful ending of like, will they survive, will she make it out of here, and like everyone trying to find her. Like, that's exactly what I want. But it was fun, it was lighthearted, it was quick. Perfect. My quote is, "I'm a mother and a grandmother, that's why I wanted to help Flo find you." And I was like, wow, this just really embodies oldies investigating murder. Like, that's literally like what they're like. Is like, she was literally like about to get killed, and she was like, "I literally just wanted to help you because your mum asked me to help find you." Like, I'm just a grandma. At the end of the day, I'm just grandma. Then we took a turn, and we went back down this rabbit hole. Back down this rabbit hole. So this is the 2nd book in the DC Jack War series, second to Buried. It was also 3 stars. I had so much hope for this, because I was like, it's fine, like, I understand the writing, I understand the characters now, like, I know the main characters, like, we're good, I'm gonna get this. Safe to say, I had a lot to say about this one. Yeah, it was so slow. It was so slow. The drama between the different cops was so boring as well. Like, why are you bickering? Why are you bickering in between you two? Like, this is so stupid. It just took so long to get to the end as well. Like, I was just waiting for the end. And honestly, I didn't care about the sick baby or the new baby. It was just unnecessary unnecessarily adding time into us not getting to the end. Like, it was just so slow and a little boring, if I'm gonna be honest. If I'm honest, I'm still confused on who the fuck is who. Why were there so many characters introduced again? Why did they all have, like, similar names? I understand they were all in, like, the same, like, gang or something, but, like, I didn't know who was attacking who was doing this. I was so lost, and I was locked in on this one, because I was like, this is fine, I'm gonna do it. Also, the fact that Jack is literally dodgy. What the fuck? I hate it. I hate it. I hate that he's dodgy. I have 3 more books in this series, and I own them, so I need to read them. And that's the worst bit. But the way he, like, blames it on his birth dad as well, that he's dodgy, and he's like, yeah, but it's in my DNA, because my birth dad, the guy that donated his semen, he was a hardened criminal. So deep down inside of me, I am a hardened criminal. You were literally raised by a good man. You were raised by a very good, law-abiding man. The fact that he donated his semen to you, to this random ass chick, does not make you a criminal, but you are becoming one, and you're literally a cop. Oh, and just because he uses the stolen money for, like, good causes does not make him a good person. Like, he keeps being like, oh yeah, well, I'm gonna take this money because it's then just gonna, like, go to the government, or, like, go back into, like, other people's hands, and, like, I know someone that deserves it better. I deserve it better. Like, the first book, he fucking used it to buy a house because his girlfriend was pregnant. And then this book, he was like, oh, because this baby is sick. My friend's baby is sick. He's like, I'm gonna take the proceeds of these crimes and I'm gonna use it myself. And he's like, but I'm a good person and I'm a good cop. No, you're not. You're literally just as bad as the rest of them. You're just as bad as the people you're putting in jail. And then he has the audacity to say this after his senior officer caught him doing something dodgy. Right? He goes, if you decide to get rid of me, sir, please make sure I'm sacked. Don't get me moved. If I'm going to be continuing being a policeman, I don't want to be a part of anyone else's team. Loyalties. Except you're literally just a bad person. You're literally just as bad as them. Oh! And I know that every single one of those books is going to end the exact same. He's going to end up with some cash in his hands. Next book was the 3rd book in the Charity Shop Detective Agency series, Death at the Dog Show. I gave this one 4 stars as well. I just hated Molly. She's the one that got away from the last book. I hated her. I hated that she got away. I hated the way she acted, the way she tried to weasel her way back in to their lives, and that it didn't end. Like, why did her storyline not end in the last book? Like, why did it have to continue? And then I wrote down, so glad that dumb fuck got put away. Her plan to kill the girls was so unbelievably stupid. Because it was. It was actually stupid. Like, she was so dumb in the book as well. Like, 1, how did she get away with it to start with? 2, why was she so stupid? She was like, yeah, let me put these 3 ladies that have escaped other things. I'm not even gonna kill them, I'm just gonna lock them in a room and hope for the best. That they're gonna die in there. No. Don't be stupid. Don't be actually stupid. My quote worth recording though was, I felt it also resonated with me. A lot of these books have quotes that resonate with me. Sylvia Steedman was a loner, but not one you need to feel sorry for. From what they gathered, she preferred it that way. Me too. I don't like people. The next book I read was A Case of Mice and Murder. Again, 3 stars. It was not a good month for me. It started off so strong. Oh, this book. Again, I had so much to say. Again, I was so confused. Why were there so many characters? Why did they all have the same fucking name? What do you mean? They literally had, like, the same name. Like, they all had titles. I was also confused about the setting. Apparently it's a real place. I didn't understand it. I was so lost. Everyone was like, sir, lord, lady. Kill me now, actually. Just kill me now. I'm trying to not DNF books, which is why I keep reading these books all the way through, even though I'm hating them and not understanding a single thing that's going on. And I would go back and reread pages and I'd be like, what the fuck? Still confused. And I just never knew who he was, like, who they were talking to. Again, it was kind of switching, like, POVs. And I still, like, I didn't get it because it wasn't, like, saying, like, why are you not being like, switch POV, this person's POV, like, just tell me. It's not a big secret. It doesn't need to be a big secret. There was also, like, not much separating the characters. to be like, oh well, this is obviously this person because they do this and it's so different from what this person's doing. They were all the same fucking person in my opinion. They were all the same. They all have very similar storylines. They all went to this dinner. They all went home. Like, oh lord. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Also, there was like 2 storylines of like, there was this book about a mice that they couldn't find the author of, and then there was this murder. And I'm like, well, obviously the OG writer of the book is obviously going to be tied in to the murder, and is either the murderer or has something to do with the murder. So the writing was like, it wasn't bad writing, it was just like badly communicated names, storylines, locations. So maybe it was bad writing, possibly. My scene worth recording was Gabriel's side. I think it may be that sane people kill when they think that they have reached the end of some personal road and there is no longer a future for them. That is simply a void. That it is simply a void. And like, that was inspiring, but it was still not good, and I will not continue this series. I'm glad I only own this book because yikes. And the last book of the month I read on my Kindle, I finished it today, is The Vanilla Killer, which is the 4th book in the Charity Shop Detective Agencies. I gave it 4 stars as well. It's pretty consistently not incredible like the Natural series, but not bad. It was starting to feel a little repetitive, if I'm honest, but like at the same time, it's not a bad thing. Like, they're such good books, they're easy, they're fun, they're funny, they're lighthearted, and like there's always good twists and turns at the end. Like, the plot twists are always good. And the ending of this one I was pretty happy with, like the way that they got him. Not even him, got them, because there was a group of them. It was just funny. My quote with the recording was, uh-oh, Fiona turned to Jed, looks like your assets are about to be frozen. Their main place of their crime doing was in ice cream trucks. So it was like a funny pun, and also just like, while he's like, I'll kill your family and all of your friends. And she was like, uh-oh, I guess your assets are about to be frozen because the cops are pulling up and we've recorded you. Like, it was just funny. Like, that's the kind of like haha humor. And I was like, that's like, it's so Oldie's investigating crimes. Like, their audacity is so funny. That is all the books that I read in the month of February. Unfortunately, February is a short month, because if it was just those 2 days longer, I would have been able to get to 15 again, and I would have been sitting at an even 30, but I'm not, and it's really pissing me off. But it's okay. We'll just read 1 extra book next month, hopefully. If you did make it to this point in the video, thank you so much for sticking around. Comment down below the star emoji, and don't forget to like, comment the emoji down below, subscribe for weekly videos every Friday, and I'll see you guys next week with another video. Bye!